Alrighty. Well, Rob came in at perfect timing, guys.
Ooh.
Absolutely perfect timing here because we're going to do something we did a while ago there, and you guys seemed to like it. You guys had a lot of fun with it there. So we're going to go ahead and do another mock draft. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do this now that we're post the first 2 weeks of free agency. Again, as I said, things change. That's what happens. Things change as you go ahead and get, players. So let's get into our mock draft here. Let's get into. Here we go. Up. Here we go. Let's do it the other way. There we go. We can see things better now. Let's get rid of this Instacart commercial here. Again, guys.
Speaking of which, hold on, guys.
They have to pay to be on here. Damn it.
Yeah.
So again, guys, if you haven't already, if you've been with one of our mock drafts here, this is with PFN. That's the one I always like to recommend, but I want to give them the credit in case you're on your phone or whatever and have trouble seeing what site we're using. It's free. It gives you the ability for trades. A lot of them don't give you free full 7th round with trades. They're not sponsored the show, for the record. We're just trying to give credit where credit is due. So, all right. So let's get right into our 7-round mock draft. Now, before I even start this, Rob, I want to see we're on the same page here on this. Do you want us to look at moving up to get Cam Ward? Or are you the same boat as myself that I don't think we have a shot in hell of getting him, move on, and call it a day?
We could play with the idea. It doesn't mean we have to settle on the idea. We could play with it. We could tickle a little bit.
Well, that's up. Oh, it already went. I'll refresh it so we can try it again.
Yeah.
That did not work out as I planned. Probably because I hit fast. There we go. Oh, I got it that time beforehand. Okay. So you want to try to do a trade. Let's try and do a trade. Propose a trade. Trade with the Tennessee Titans. Now, we're going to have to give up our 3rd pick, obviously, and they're going to give us their 1st. Now, I would love if that kind of trade made sense, but obviously it doesn't. So what are you thinking?
I mean, how cheap do you think we could lowball him? You think you just get away with a 2nd round next year?
There's no way in hell they take that.
And like a 3rd this year?
Here's what I was thinking. If you want to go for it, try 2nd round and pick 65 this year. We still have our comp pick at 99, so we still have a 3rd round pick. I don't think that's enough to do it. Let me be very clear on that. But anything more than that, I would have no interest in it.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Let's see what happens.
Let's get a little tickle.
Let's see. Fingers crossed. Can we get Cam Ward? Rejected. So, do we want to try anything else?
No, that's it.
We're moving on. We're saying to the Titans.
Bye.
Remembering this, the Titans.
Yeah.
All right.
The next time we meet Titans.
First pick was Cam Ward, as we expected. Then we went ahead and got the Browns went ahead and got Travis Hunter. So there goes that option off the board. So now here's the interesting thing that I've seen multiple times. And by the way, I should also preface this when we got no trade offers whatsoever. But
interesting.
Abdul Carter, you got him as an option here. Mason Graham, still an option. Will Campbell, which get him, put him to right tackle, move Illuminor to right guard. Now you've helped the offensive line. Ashton Gentry, I can't imagine we're going to do a third overall pick for a running back, considering what happened with the Saquon Barkley scenario. Like we can get it. And we also got Tyrone Tracy Jr. That'd be something the Falcons would do. But I look at options here, and you got Shedeur ranked number 10. I couldn't care about the rankings. It's a quarterback. You know, I want to say that Carter may be the best player in this draft, and I've said this multiple times. But I feel like at the same point, you're looking at a scenario where he's got injury issues. We already have 2 edge rushers that we've invested into, one at a 5th overall pick, one at a ridiculous contract. Though it does look a little less ridiculous now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I would have to go Shedeur Sanders personally.
You could probably trade down to Jacksonville.
There's no trade offered. Do you want to propose a trade? Because you're always proposing.
I'm always proposing.
We did that once. I remember we did that once. So you want to trade down with Jacksonville. What do you think we're going to get for that?
Obviously, that see if we get their.
You want a second round pick?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they want Abdul Carter. Rejected. Now, keep in mind, here's what scares me about this scenario. If we move down to 5, like you're suggesting, first off, the Jaguars, at least in this mock draft scenario, aren't too interested or they would have given us an offer. But you're telling the risk that the Patriots maybe move back with the Raiders move up, the Raiders go ahead and take Shedeur Sanders.
They also got Geno Smith, too.
Yeah. And how old is Geno?
I mean, it's also the Raiders we're talking about here.
I understand that, but it's also Tom Brady running the Raiders, supposedly. So if you listen to reports. So it's a new Raiders. Mark Davis and his bull cut aren't in charge anymore.
Touche. I mean, it's not really a mockery, but I guess let's go Shedeur because that's what let's face it, that's what our
what we're gonna
do. Yeah.
There we go. Shedeur Sanders is a Giant officially. Let's take a look here. So now we got 2 picks overall in this. So 3 picks overall on day 2 here. So you got the Bengals are offering us pick 49 and a second round pick next year for 34 and giving up 246. The Falcons are basically offering the same exact thing, but they're at pick 46. So you definitely would take that over, yeah. So do you want to move back 12 spots, give up a 7th round pick, and potentially lose out on some players here? I don't want to do that personally. I want to build up this defensive line. You got a lot of good tackles here. They're not going to be available in 15 spots.
No. I mean, I'm okay with go with either Nolen or Grant.
Which is weird because Harmon they have listed as better, but I don't think he necessarily fits what we're looking for, and that's part of where that boils down to. Plus, a little snake bitten on Oregon defensive lineman.
Yeah,
you gave on. Honestly, I would go Walter Nolen here.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm fine with either one of those guys.
All right, let's go Walter Nolen. We got him.
Walter Nolen, step on right up. You're the next up on the Challenge Show.
So now we got the very first pick in the 3rd round. Keep in mind, we have pick 99, I believe it is, also later on. That's the comp pick we got from Xavier McKinney. So the Cowboys are offering us 76 and a 3rd of next year for 65 and 219. The Patriots are offering us 69. Whoa.
Now.
That's a bit formal. Giving us a 4th next year, but we're also giving up 246. I don't know about you, but I really don't want to give up anything.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But where I'm also at, though, is I don't necessarily look at this lineup of people going, I must get this player.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to tackle? Like, are we trying to beef up the line still? We got 2. I don't know. It's like
Leap Johnson.
I feel like there's needs that we have, and that's part of the problem you run into when you do this kind of thing. Are you going to draft based on need, or are you going to go ahead and just get best player available? Because best player available, according to this, is Jalen Milroe. We're obviously not going for him.
Yeah.
So that makes me think we should go with an offensive lineman. I'm going to say Marcus Mbow because he also is projected to move inside. He played tackle at Purdue, but as you see, I think they said it here as well. Let's see here. There we go, right here. So Luke's brightest at center, where his fluid mobility and natural ability to anchor the line set him apart. Yeah. So he's a guy, again, they're going to probably move in inside offensive line. That's where our weak spots are right now, especially if, God forbid, JMS fails again. So I would go there personally.
Yeah.
Done.
That's it.
All right. We got 99 coming up. 99. Okay.
99
So,
problems.
and offensive line ain't one now. Hit me.
Yeah.
So the Chargers want to move up, and they're going to give us a 6th-round pick next year to move up one spot. Or, oh gosh, this is a big one. The Commanders are offering us 128, 205, and a 5th next year, and they're basically swapping 6 next year. That to me makes no sense whatsoever.
Who's there that they would want?
I don't know. I'm looking at this going, I don't know. Now, there's a player that I want. There's definitely one I want. I want Scatterbo. You know this.
Yeah, it's looking down the line.
I mean, we're at the point now where I feel like he would match well with Tyrone Tracy. I really feel like.
I think so.
And a 1-2 combo is what you need. We've already beefed up the offensive line here a little bit there.
Brave guy.
We've gotten a lot of backups there. We're going to have a good depth where if his injuries happen this year, we should be better than we have been. But we're also now getting a running back, which running back are a rookie quarterback's best friend.
They are.
Scatterbo. And it's funny, we say that about so many positions. We say about tight end, we say about all so many different spots.
Scatterbo.
Scatterbo. Squeed up. Okay, so here we go. Pick number 105. We're being offered 111 and 146 for 105 and 219. So we're going down 6, but we're going up, what I gotta do math here. 73 spots.
I actually kind of like that one.
I do too. Unless you're somebody specifically that you're like hell bent on having to get. Okay. We're taking it.
Yeah.
We're going for it. Boom.
Let's do it.
Boom. All right. And you know what? The guy I wanted, Stewart, the edge out of Michigan. That's who I was kind of already thinking. And I feel bad to a certain degree because we keep on picking defensive players, I feel like, a lot. But
I was going to have a ransom.
Half. Actually, I take it back. We're only getting offensive players. We only got one defensive player. I was thinking the free agency because we got 11 free agency. Let's go for it. What do you think? You're going to back up edge rusher?
Yeah, I could go. We could do edge or ransom.
There we go. That's where I would. Ransom. You're saying what, for a safety?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a huge ransom fan. I think Stewart though is a guy that comes from a well coached team, obviously in Michigan. Had a lot of good talent around him. And that unfortunately means he could be also fake, fool's gold there too because of that. But I'm going to trust Michigan to get this right, I think.
A lot of faith in Michigan.
Let's go.
All right.
Michigan beats Ohio State again. Oh. Pick. There we go. Round 5. Round 5. Well, we got a lot of, by the way, no trade offers here. We got a lot of is defensive lineman, edge, that kind of stuff here. And we've already done that. So, that's definitely a bit disappointing to say the least. I look at what's available. Howard Cross the third. Nice legacy pick there. And otherwise you got a whole bunch of bodies, and you want to get another quarterback. You want to go Washington Commander style and get Riley Leonard. I just don't trust him personally. I'm wondering about bringing Tommy Hilton from Nebraska.
I was literally about to say that.
We need some more depth in secondary. It's the right spot to take him. It's the guy who, Nebraska's got a little bit of a history with us. They were Prince Mukamura, obviously, way back in the day.
Prince Kalabunga.
Ready for it? We going for Tommy
go.
Hill? Not to be confused with Tommy Hilfiger. And 154. This is the one we got in that trade here. And if you look, a lot of the guys are still available that we had. You know what I'm wondering? I kind of want to go Commander style right now. And I want to get a second quarterback. I see Kyle McCord sitting there.
What if we get a second quarterback during this offseason here?
Well, so far we don't have one.
This is true.
That's part of the problem we're running into.
What is the loneliest number? Because we still don't have a quarterback.
I mean, I feel like it's just where we're at this point. Like, do you want to go get another lineman?
Good question. Get edge.
We got to get an edge. We already got to see. There's no trade offers. Here's part of the problem is that we're at that point where we're kind of starting to fill some of the positions. We got a linebacker, Kaiser out of Notre Dame, and let's be honest, we've already gotten a bunch of them. That's where we're at. So, you want to go Crawford, safety out of Nevada? Are we going for need now? Are we doing for need now?
We are doing a little bit of need.
Got the need and the need for speed. So let's go for it. So Tan Crawford, safety out of Nevada, seventh round pick here. At that point, honestly, day 4 picks, you just go what your gut tells you.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you got? Show me what you got.
We got one more pick left, 246. Here we go.
I like what you got.
This is the important one. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to suggest we go for the top of the board there because there's Curtis Rourke who's going to sit the year out anyway. You get him, you sit him for a year, you let him learn, you let him watch tape, and maybe he's your backup once he gets healthy.
I'm not against it.
I give credit to a guy who played through a torn ACL.
Yeah. He's got
That's
heart.
legit. That's legit. He's got gumption.
Yeah. He's got the heart, kid.
All right, we going with it?
Yeah, let's go.
Curtis Rourke. All righty. So we end up with Shedeur Sanders overall. We do, like I said, that's pretty much the no-brainer there. We kind of all thought that was going to happen. Walter Nolen beef up the defensive line. So that gives you Nolen and Dexter Lawrence with just a bunch of guys to fill out that third spot there. Whoever best man wins. We got Marcus Mbow to be the offensive lineman backup. Again, he's a tackle at Purdue, but probably going to go in towards the inside. Cameron Scadabo, who's I gotta say that Scadabo. Speed up. Obviously, bowl game hero at Arizona State, but one of the best running backs in this class. And again, I think a good 1-2 punch with him and Tyrone Tracy Jr. And that's going to help alleviate a lot of pressure off of either whoever's going to be the quarterback, whether it's Sanders or Rodgers or Russell Wilson or whoever the hell it's going to be. But that does alleviate there. You get Stewart out of Michigan to be a backup edge rusher. Keep in mind, again, this has been an issue we've had for a while. Like I look at Timon Fox, for example, is a guy that I feel like we keep bringing back just because we have nobody else that we want to go ahead and bring back here. I realized my Spider-Man thing I was watching is still up there in the corner. Now you all know I watch YouTube videos as well. Tommy Hill, corner out of Nebraska. Again, just trying to build up that room there. Crawford, the safety out of Nevada. So we got another safety to bring into there. Let's be honest here. That's a depth issue at that position. That really is. And then Curtis Rourke, final pick, our own version of Mr. Irrelevant, even though it was pick 246, not the final pick. But final pick for us, going to sit for the year because of an ACL tear. And then you get to bring him in next year and have him maybe be a nice, cheap backup quarterback option, depending on how you feel and how things are working out for him there. So, again, not too shabby because we got a quarterback. I got to say right there, if we get Shedeur Sanders at 3, I'm going to say it's success no matter what this draft, because we have a legit quarterback to try to develop. It's hard to mess up
Yeah.
from there. It really is. So,
Let's
And-
mess up the quarterback.
and we built up the line.
Brave guy.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.